Hey guys, welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to see the concept of DMLs, and we are also going to understand how to insert the data into tables in the database. So we are going to use the employees database for this exercise. Now let us understand what DMLs are. DMLs are data manipulation language statements, and they are used to modify the data in the database tables. So the commonly used DMLs are insert, update and delete. So in this video lecture, we are just going to see the basics of DMLs, transactions and insert, and there is separate lecture for delete and update. So whenever we execute any DML statement, it begins a transaction. A transaction is nothing but a unit of work, and whenever you try to make any changes to the data in database, that activity is known as transaction. Okay, so when you begin that activity and when you end that activity, that entire time period, that entire sequence of steps is known as a single transaction. Now, whenever you make any changes to a database, it is not directly made permanent into the disk. So first the changes are done into the data in the temporary memory. Okay, and whenever you execute the commit statement, those changes are made permanent to the database. Otherwise, suppose if you run any DML commands like insert, update or delete and you forget to commit, then those changes will not be made permanent to the database. They will persist only for that particular transaction or that particular session. So before we go forward, we need to go to database or here query and uncheck this option. This is auto commit transactions. Okay, so go to the query and make sure that this option is unchecked. So this auto commit transaction is going to commit every transaction by default so that you don't have to do manual commit. But that is not a very good way to handle any transaction, because if you make any mistake in your transaction, then again you will have to write another new query for rolling back to the earlier part. So suppose if you begin some transaction and if you think that you have made a mistake, then you can always execute the rollback statement and revert to the beginning of the transaction. Okay, so whenever you do either rollback or a commit, that transaction ends and a new transaction begins. So always remember that. So now we are going to see here how we can insert the data into departments table. So this is select star from departments and this is the data in the departments table. Okay, and we are going to describe the departments. So we have department number and department name, only two fields. So now we can insert the data into departments with this syntax: insert into departments, and in the brackets the names of the columns in any order. It is not mandatory that it has to be in some particular order, and then the values for those particular columns. Okay, so I'm going to execute this and it says 1 rows affected. Okay, again I'm going to insert into departments, but here in this case I'm going to skip this part. Okay, so in this case the data here should be in the order how the table appears into your database. Okay, so whenever you do describe departments, first it shows department number and then it shows department name. So this has to be the data corresponding to department number and this has to be corresponding to department name. Okay, so I'm going to execute this statement now and it has affected 1 row. It means that 1 row has been inserted. Now here D099 and D100. So I'm just going to execute this and show you that our new rows have been inserted. And here you can see this one and this one, IT and purchase. Okay. So now I'm going to roll back so that it is going to go back to the point where we began the transaction. Okay. So it is going to undo these two records if I do roll back. So let me roll back now and it is going to say 0 rows affected And now let me select star from departments. And you can see we don't have any newly inserted rows because the changes have been rolled back or those changes have been undone. Okay, so this is the demonstration of rollback. Now, if I again insert those two records, and if I commit now, this is going to successfully end the transaction. And if I say select star from departments, you can see the permanent entries of those records here. Okay, this is D100, that is purchase, and this is D099, that is IT. Now, even if I execute rollback now, it is not going to affect because we have already executed the commit statement. So let me see where is the rollback statement. Okay, so here we have the rollback statement, and if I execute rollback, it is not going to affect our data set that is already there. Okay, so here D099 IT is there as it is, and D100 purchase is also there as it is. So understand the difference between the earlier execution and this execution of rollback. So when I executed the rollback statement earlier, I hadn't committed the data. Now in this case, I have committed the data. That's why rollback doesn't have any effect, because whenever you do rollback or commit, it concludes that particular transaction successfully. Okay, and whenever you do commit, the changes that you make into the database, they are permanent unless you make the changes once again. So this is how we can initiate the transaction, we can finish the transaction with rollback or commit. Insert is one of the DML statements, and we are going to see update and delete in the next few lectures. So thanks a lot for watching this video lecture. Do let me know if you have any questions, queries or comments about DMLs, transactions or insert statements. Thanks a lot once again, and I will see you next time.